You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to the Up the Turnpike post-game show. What's going on? Matt O'Leary with Mitch Anderson. Mitch, how's it going, buddy?
I'm tired. This 10-year-old they turned 10 on Saturday, and it has been party after party after party. We had 10-year-olds in our house on Friday, and it was I do not recommend it to any. It's too much chaos.
You're going through it almost as much as the Islanders were tonight, Mitch.
Absolutely. I got to drink this Gatorade just to keep me awake right now. It's not going well. What about you, buddy?
Not too bad at all. I'm not gonna lie to you, Mitch. I was enjoying my break from the Islanders. The last couple weeks. We were getting some really good hockey. Obviously, hat tip to you. Congrats to Canada on the win in Four Nations. What a great tournament! And then snap back to reality. The Islanders. Oh, there he goes. Is you pulling it back up over here?
I have to. You did it. Yeah.
There you go. Congrats, Mitch. Great tournament. Was a ton of fun. Now back to reality and watching this team that is not nearly as much fun as watching those games.
No, it really wasn't. There was a lot to like in this game, specifically for the New York Islanders, and there was a lot to not like. And then we'll definitely get to the not liking parts. Don't you worry. I see some of the comments right now, and I agree with most of the comments. There's some that I did disagree with a little bit there.
That is totally okay. Let's get into it because just 2:10 into this game, Mitch, the Dallas Stars get on the board. Sam Steele with his fifth of the year, pretty much right off the face-off. And I thought Scott Mayfield was kind of slow to get back over here.
Yeah, kind of a broken plate, right? Off the draw, they throw it to the net. But it was the lead up into all of that. And I think you said it well going into the stream when we were saying off air, like the first period, the Islanders just didn't seem to have their game together. It really seemed like the Dallas Stars knew what they wanted to do coming into this game and affected their game plan from the start. Whereas the Islanders very much did not. They seemed like they were still out on the beach at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say the Stars played last night against Jersey, and they looked like a team that was a little bit more with it. Islanders in the first. Now, to their credit, they came on strong, I thought, in the second period, and then into the third, even though they don't come all the way back, as you can see by the score here up above our heads. But first period, I thought was pretty sloppy. It felt like Dallas controlled most of it, and honestly, I thought they were lucky to only be down 1-0. I know. You give up 4 goals and you would think no one's going to be praising Ilya Sorokin, but I thought in that first period he made some pretty big saves, and it could have been a lot worse than just 1-0.
It could have been. He made quite a few saves in that first period. Dallas had 1.14 expected goals at 5-on-5 in that opening period, 2.32 in that opening period in all situations. 2.32 expected goals in 20 minutes of play did the Dallas Stars have, and they only scored 1. So Ilya Sorokin stopped 1.132 goals above expected in that first period. Boy was busy for sure.
Yeah, he without a doubt he was very busy in that first period. What
shot attempts 29-16 for the Dallas Stars in the first period.
Yeah, that kind of goes to what I was saying there. They had a ton of traffic going towards Ilya Sorokin. Obviously, not all of it ends up on net, but still, they controlled play, I thought, in that first period. And the Isles looked like a team that hadn't played in 2 weeks, to put it lightly.
Yeah, no, and exactly. That's exactly what happened in that first period. Not only do we see the expected goals, but like the high danger chances, 13-1 for the Dallas Stars. It was all them in that opening 20 minutes, which wasn't a great, you come into this new part of the season, if you will, and you're going, all right, here we go. We're pumped for hockey. We just saw some really good hockey. Let's watch my team play some good hockey. And they're like, nope. No, they're going full on Dikembe Mutombo on you. No, it's not happening. And you're just kind of like, come on, second period, please let them do something positive.
And they start to score in the second period here, Mitch. So let's pull this up. Pierre Engvall, of all people, gets his 4th of the year, set up by Kyle McLean. So Isles' fourth line going to work a little bit here.
Yeah, Gatcombe getting his first assist. Let's go. But yeah, driving play, right? They just open the scoring and then he drives to the net. I know Bill told me in the chat, Mitch, did you see that? He went to the net. And yes, yeah, he scored. Oh my God. Patty's got to be going, finally, Sacrament. Oh
Yeah, I
my
was gonna say,
God.
what do you think, Patrick? I bet Patrick Rogers gave him a look like, "This is what I've been like this. Dude, keep doing that, please."
Absolutely. And you'll stay in the lineup. You might even get into the third line and you'll get a few more minutes. Great stuff. It seemed like in that second period, the Islanders found their legs. Like, as we said, they did not have it in the first. But they battled their way back into that one. The underlying numbers were very much in favor of them, it seems. But we'll wait until we get through because there's a lot to talk about in this second period.
Yes. Like the first Jason Robertson goal, which there's 3 in this period that we have to talk about. But first, before the mayhem, Jason Robertson scores here.
Yeah, just they did. I don't know what the hell Duclair was doing there.
Horrible clear attempts, by the way.
Yeah, and like really good play by them. Sorokin probably should have got a little bit more on that. I think he felt like he had it because as he's pushing out, he's still stuck in his little kind of like, if you want to call it a turtle, in spread up on light, and you're going, why aren't you moving? He thinks he's got it, but it goes right through him, and he's just kind of flabbergasted about it. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that one was a little bit ridiculous, but 2-1, Dallas goes in front at the 8:48 mark of the period. Luckily, that lead, Mitch, would last all of 7 seconds.
Yeah.
As Kyle Palmieri scores a nice little nifty goal from his knees. Let's pull it up.
From his knees. I don't know how he got the elevation on that puck, honestly. Even Jake Ottinger didn't think he was going to be able to get it that high. Watch that play. Just comes right behind the defenseman and then over the glove hand on Jake Ottinger. I don't understand how he did it.
It doesn't do it justice, obviously, on the visualization because you don't see him, but it was the most casual drop down to your knees, elevate a puck. Like really, really hard goal, but he made it look easy. So credit Kyle Palmieri.
Yeah, an outstanding pass by Tony DeAngelo. Honestly, from his blue line right to their offensive blue line, right to the tape. That play Kyle doesn't have the ability to get that on net if Tony DeAngelo doesn't make that good pass. So good job by him.
All right, Mitch, we got to get into it. The controversial play. Casey Cizikas is called for a match penalty. I'll pull it up here. We got a loop of the video. Shout out Rob Taub for clipping it here. I don't know about you. I did not think this deserved to be a match penalty for Casey Cizikas here.
I think we can all agree it doesn't even deserve to be a penalty. Like when I saw the play happen, I just thought big hit, big deal. And then you look at the play and you're going, all right, yeah, it definitely looks like there's head contact. But he's going through him. He's not going out. Like they explained it well on the broadcast itself. And even when you looking at that, you're going, there's nothing in this. And then you factor in the guy's like 6'7". So like he's really hunched down, man. That all has to factor into a really safe hit by Casey Cizikas. He did everything right.
Yeah, I don't know what you could possibly do. And in that second period, thank God they had Cal Clutterbuck between the benches instead of the snooze fest of Corey Schneider, who held down the fort in the first and third. Sorry, Corey. But Cal was like, I don't know what else you could have asked Casey Cizikas to do there. If totally different if he either A, leaves his feet, or B, leads with his elbow up high. Neither of those two things happened.
Yeah. Follow through. Right through the chest, arm by his side, everything is right. Like, and even Maddie's going like, do you think he gets any extra on that? Do you think he says 2 to 3 game incoming? And I think he's saying that kind of facetiously. I don't think he actually believes that. I think he's just going like, well, they got a match penalty, so they're going to continue doing it because like, that's just what they do. Nonsense calls.
Yeah.
I don't think he will. Do you? Like get any?
I hope not. But I didn't think Siplikov would get games, and he did. So, what the hell do I know?
Yeah, I think that the difference there might be, and correct me if I'm wrong, Siplikov didn't get a match penalty for that hit, did he? He didn't even get a penalty, right?
No, he didn't. It wasn't penalized. So it was the opposite of that.
Right. So maybe that has to factor in for Casey Cizikas going like, well, he's already missed half a game here. We can't penalize him for more than that. So we'll see. But absolutely, to me, boneheaded call by the refs. To jump to a major. I guess they wanted to review it, and
review
that's nice, but like I don't know, man. Like,
But how do you look at that and go, yeah, that's a major. We got that one right.
I don't know. There must be some sort of mandate that we're obviously not aware of.
Me too.
All of us, yeah, privy to. There must be some sort of warning coming down, not warning, warding. There we go. From the Department of Player Safety, telling these guys, these refs, that we want X, Y, and Z out of the game. Any head contact at all, whether incidental or not. And this is part of that mandate, perhaps, where the refs are going, well, we've been told by our superiors that we need to get this out of the game, so we're going to take it out of the game, which is insane.
It is. And unfortunately, it leads to 2 goals, which is not ideal. Islanders penalty kill was looking like early season penalty kill. Here's Jason Robertson's second of the game, his first of the 2 goals on the major penalty here.
And was this the really, really nice setup? Yeah, it was. The tic-tac-toe.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, dirty. So dirty. On our, like, power penalty kill. That, it's doing better, but not that much better.
I don't think Mayfield had a great first game back. And look, he's been out for a long time. Same with Pulock, who, by the way, Ryan Pulock in the first period, turning back the clock to 2021 there.
We missed that one.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. It was like inching along the goal line, and he just tips it right out of there. So shout out Pulley for that one. But yeah, not ideal. Islanders down 3-2, and I'm like, great. At this point in my head, I'm like, it cost him a goal. Yeah. No, cost him 2 goals actually. We got to get to that second one from Jason Robertson here. Let me pull it up. This one off a face-off.
Because remember, this is a major, right? So they can score as many goals as they want in the time allotted. Sorokin probably should have done better on that one. He gets enough of it, but
yeah, left a little bit of a rebound.
Yeah, and he almost catches the tic-tac-toe one that we had shown earlier, but you can't really kind of crap on him for that. Like, it is a penalty kill. Like, this is designed to have these teams score, and a team as good as Dallas, they're going to convert. Unfortunately, they converted on 2 of them. They get a full 3 minutes of 5-on-4 power play, major power play, and they made it count. To me, at this point, the game was done. I even said it in our Discord. Like, refs ended this game within the second period. Insane.
Yeah, it definitely felt that way. And just to go back, because you're mentioning Sorokin maybe should have had more of it. And that's a fair criticism. The reason why I am going to have a hard time giving blame to Sorokin on this one, and you call me a fanboy if you want to, but 21 high danger chances for a natural stat trick for this game, which is the most that the Islanders have allowed in any game so far this season.
Yeah, he was really good today. 4.74 goals, expected goals in all situations he faced today, allowed 4. So still stopped 0.74 goals above expected. That's insane. He did better than he was supposed to do.
The play in front of him was fairly horrific, and it wasn't helped because of that penalty. And I don't want to say that they only lost because of the referees today. I don't think that's completely fair. But did it play a factor in this game? Yes, it did play a major factor in this game.
Yeah, maybe if they show up in the front. No, not even. Honestly, like, I don't like to say that refs cost them a game, but it really feels like it. Because it's not just this call. Obviously, if you've watched the game at this point, and I'm sure you have, there's another one a little bit later that they get absolutely wrong as well that cost the Islanders a goal. So there's potentially 3 goals in either way that are directly related to officiating right in this game, which is insane.
So 4-2 after 2 periods of play. Islanders, by the way, in that period got 18 shots on net. The Dallas Stars had 15 also. So talk about some wide open hockey there in the second frame. Third period, Islanders were getting their chances too, and finally are able to get one to go. And Anthony Duclair, who needed to do something like immediately, comes off the bench here, gets right into the play, and scores a pretty nice goal.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Bad pass by Bo Horvat initially, but good job by Duke for recovering, and he follows up his shot, which is great. It's just an excellent play from a guy who wasn't on it today and hasn't been on it since coming back from injury, right?
No, he hasn't looked great since coming back. Now, on the broadcast, Butch was saying that he thinks this is the best that Duclair's been skating since he's come back to injury. So I wonder if that's like his legs are under him at least. I'm glad that he scored the goal. Outside of the goal, I thought he wasn't fantastic in this game, but I'm hoping that at least he could have a stronger finish to the end of the season and maybe give you just a little bit of something to feel good going into next year, because he's still got 3 years left on his contract.
Yeah, that's still a lot of time on that contract to figure out.
Oh, God bless.
Excuse me. Did I end up muting the mic?
Yeah, you did. You got it.
Okay, good. Walter's saying that he's still clearly hurt, can't lift his arms above his shoulders. I didn't notice, but that would be troubling for sure.
That would be. That
wasn't able to.
Not ideal.
I think the 2-week break is will have done him some good, right? Like, as in Butchie was saying that he's skating a little bit better than he was before. He had to catch up to moving train right after that injury, and that 2 weeks kind of allowed him to do so. Maybe some not off season, but off ice kind of training, maybe some strength training to regain some of that strength again. May have helped, but he still looked quite leggy through most of it. He seemed to have caught up by the end there. So hopefully the good sign of things to come for him.
Yeah, you would hope so. So now let's get to controversy number 2, Mitch, because it appears like the Islanders are about to score a goal. JG Pajot does technically put one past the goalie, right? After I poked fun of him in the Discord. So by the way, if you're not a Patreon, sign up to the Patreon so you can become a part of the Discord. Because I commented he had about 95 chances in this game and was able to bury 0 of them. This one, it looks like he does, but this is ruled goalie interference. I'll just, while we're talking about it, I'll let it kind of loop the replay loop here for a little bit. I don't know why the Islanders don't challenge. I think Dumba doesn't really put any effort into getting out of the way there.
I think the only reason the Islanders didn't challenge, and I was upset by that too initially, but then when they were talking about it, like the call on the ice was no goal instantaneously. The ref waves it off instantaneously, which sucked. And so what Patty's then got to do is effectively convince the refs that they were wrong. So and he saw it. The ref was pretty well positioned to see everything happening. He was wrong, clearly. But the replay has to be definitive enough for Patty or for the rest to feel that I can overturn or should overturn it. And I don't know if it was based off of how the ref, because again, the replays aren't going to show anything different to the referees after they made their decision. There's nothing in the replays that oh crap, really? Oh, whoops, I didn't see that. Because Pierre Engvall very clearly nowhere near the goaltender at all, right? Like Walter is saying here, nowhere near the goalie. He's at the top of the crease as he's allowed to do, but Dumba's behind him. Is he being a little cheeky by I'm keeping him there? Maybe, but then Dumba's got to get out of the friggin' way, and he doesn't.
Yeah. No, or doesn't get an effort to try to go in front of him too.
Exactly. And so if he doesn't get the call right, which he may not feel like he can, because again, he's got to convince the rest that they were wrong after they were very blatantly, it's not a goal. He probably didn't want to risk going on the penalty kill on that one.
Yeah.
So
it's fair.
I think that's why it sucks. That should have been called a legal goal. It absolutely should have, and let Dallas challenge it if they think it's goalie interference.
I wish that's how it went on the ice, but unfortunately they did the inverse of that. So
yeah, just another goal taken off here. But the Islanders didn't. The thing that I'm taking from this period is, as I said earlier, going into the third, I was like, game's done, right? We're done here. But the Islanders didn't feel that way and did not play that way. They kept fighting the entire way through that third period and were leaps and bounds the better team.
Yeah. Yep.
So and they got a couple of good opportunities, right? They got one on the crease that went off a defender, and then Holmey with fractions of a second
puts it too high.
Yeah. Oh, it's so close.
Horvat had a really good look too in the slot that was either blocked or maybe Ottinger got a piece of it, but they had a couple looks at the end there.
I put something in the Discord and no one really kind of picked up on it, which is fine. So I'm going to post it here. Has Horvat looked a little off to you guys? He's making some weird defensive decisions.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd have to see a little bit more. Honestly, with the break, I feel like I need a refresh on where these guys are at. So that's something I'm going to look at the rest of this week. They're back in action on Tuesday, so I'll keep an eye.
Yeah, okay. Keep an eye on that and report back to us, all of you, sleuths out there. Figure out if Horvat is, if I'm just crazy. It seems that he's pinching in defensive situations where he doesn't need to, and creating this like unnecessary overload, and it's opening up areas in our defensive zone for opportunities that really shouldn't. And I don't know if he's at fault because he's always in the middle of it, or if it's just kind of him trying to cover up for someone else. I don't know yet.
Fair. Totally fair. All right, let's get to some game stats. We'll do the box score and then close with your comments here. 37 shots for the Islanders in this one, 29 for Dallas. Face off pretty even, but slight edge to the Dallas Stars at 50.8%. Here's a big difference. Power play 50% for the Stars. 0 for 2 were the Islanders, and also they had the 6-on-5 at the end too that they couldn't capitalize on. So they essentially had an extra skater for like the last 3 minutes of this game, right? Because that penalty, we can scroll it down here. Penalty taken at 16:51. So for the last 3:09, for most of it, they had an extra skater on the ice for. So keep that in mind. Penalty minutes 21-12, hits 28-10. Block shots 16-12, giveaways 19-10, takeaways 9-7. Islanders with more.
Yeah. All right. Let's get some ice time stuff.
Yeah. Who do you got leading the way for Islanders?
I want to say it's Brock Nelson because I think Patty's going to go with the idea like he's the freshest of them all. And by fresh, I mean like game fresh, as in like he's just played. He's not going to have the rust on him. So I'm going to go with Brock Nelson.
24-22. Brock Nelson is your leader.
Least is going to be Mark Gatcomb.
No, way overthought it. Casey Cizikas game is
right.
Got the major, so he's out. 725 for him. Next one up was Kyle McLean at 811 though.
See, Kyle came in my head, but I was like, it's not going to be a center. Of course, stupid me. God damn it. Okay.
Gatcomb 937. He got a little bit more.
Okay. Defenseman, I assume Romanov saw a lot of the ice, but it didn't feel like that. But I'm going to go with it anyways.
Okay, not a bad guess. He was second. Tony D, 24-37.
I'm sure like 99% of not 99, but a lot of it was power play, which is fair. Least amount of ice time for defensemen. It's not going to be Scott Mayfield. It's no longer Dennis Chalowski. So I guess Scott Perunovich.
No, that would have been my guess also, Mitch, to be completely honest with you. But Perunovich played 19-11 in this game. Scott Mayfield only played 10 minutes and 36 seconds.
Okay. It felt like he was out there a lot more, which is maybe a bad thing. Maybe that's not a good thing for him.
Yeah, he didn't get a ton of ice time, and when he was out there, he was noticeable in bad ways.
Okay, so maybe that's why I was like, he's got a lot of ice time because he's doing a lot of bad stuff. Oh, no.
Yeah, not ideal. I didn't think he was great in his return. By the way, Pulock in his return, 20 minutes, 27 seconds.
And as you said, stopped a goal right on the goal line. And like pulls it, or freezes it, pulls it, and lifts it. Like insane decision-making in such a specific time. Insane. Outstanding.
Sorokin, 25-29 for an 862 save percentage. The major killed him in this game.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
was the difference. 2 goals on that one major changed everything in this game.
100%. Just bad call by the refs. Killed us. And Sorokin.
You want to do some comments before we call it a night?
Yeah, let's do some comments. There's quite a few. I'll try to get to as many as we can, but we might not get to all of them there. There you go. Shots on goal, 37-26 for the Isles with just under 8 minutes to go against a top team for the West. Lou is going to give this team every opportunity to go for it. How do you feel about that?
I hate that. I hate it. Yeah.
I think he's going to. I think so. Although I saw Andre was saying somewhere about Kyle Palmieri. I wish I could search these and it would make it a lot easier. There we go.
I would make it.
Apparently, Palms and the Islanders have mutual interest in extension. I assume that's something that came across Twitter earlier today.
It might have been a couple days ago, but yeah, this did happen. Not ideal. I would not be interested in bringing back Kyle Palmieri in just about any circumstance.
Yeah, please give me the assets. Give me the assets.
Because even like I've heard the argument of Oh, well, what if you sign him 2-year, 3-year deal, relatively cheap, and you put him on the third line? Okay, but now what are you doing with Simon Holmstrom and Maxim Siplikov then?
Yeah.
Where are they playing? I don't think Holmstrom's a top 6 guy. I think Siplikov and Holmstrom are perfect for that third line role.
Yeah.
Why are you signing a 33-year-old to that contract?
Which again, you're looking to retool. You're looking to help yourself go forward. Get the assets, man. Like, yes, you can. Oh, we can sign him to a reasonable contract. Sure. But you can find guys on reasonable contracts. You can find these third line players anywhere. You don't have to sign this guy. You can find 28, 29-year-old third line players and pay them the same price. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's frustrating, man.
It seems really, I don't understand it. Just ridiculous. Joe's asking you, is the season over? 3 straight losses.
I don't think they're far enough out of it yet, but technically, good point, Joe. We haven't thought about it, but it is 3 straight losses.
Yeah, so it doesn't feel like it because of the 2-week break. So I don't know, man. I don't want to call anything. I thought the season was going to go well, and then it didn't, and now it's not. Maybe I don't friggin' know. So whatever.
By the way, just quick, I don't
Yeah.
have audio for it, but apparently Patrick Waugh said that he wishes he could have challenged it, but that wasn't getting overturned. So he didn't think that there would have been enough to overturn it, is essentially what that means.
Yeah, which I agree. There probably wasn't enough because again, the refs were adamant on a specific call, and so there would have to been something revolutionary within like the different angle from the other side of the ice for the rest to be like, oh my god, yeah, I missed something, but they're clearly, they took a timeout for that too, right? So like the Islanders really took their time and thought about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I might have still pulled it, but who knows? Then you might have been ended up down a man there at the end.
Yeah. So we got 50 Cal saying some tough calls, bad plays lead us to a loss. Can't complain. I'm rooting for losses though. Have no faith Lou will do the right thing unless they aren't in the playoffs. It's hard to disagree, right?
Yeah, it is hard to disagree. I want to see how many points out of a playoff spot they are currently.
They were 5 last I checked.
It is still 5.
Yeah. But with 1 game in hand now, right? I think it was.
Yes, 1 game in hand chasing Ottawa for the second wild card spot.
Yeah. Good. That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, man. I want to see it because you want to see your team in the playoffs, but every loss makes it's really a 4-point loss if you think about it.
Yeah. If you're losing, especially on Tuesday, for instance, like you're against the Rangers, that's a team that you're chasing. They're 3 points ahead of you. That is a huge, huge game Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. You need to get a win there, and you play them twice. So there's 2 4-point games in a week here. That needs to be 2 wins. If you don't get 2 wins, well, you're not going to get it.
Then you're looking at probably 9 points out of a playoff spot at that point.
Yeah. James here is saying maybe the rest didn't cost us the game, but they definitely at least cost us the point.
Fair.
Yeah. And to what we were saying, like we need all the points we can get at this point. And I said point way too many times. What's the word for that? There's on Ted Lasso that I forget. Doesn't matter. Anyways, there's a word for when a word you say it so often it loses its meaning. And I just did it.
Okay. I don't know what you're thinking, but
that's fine. I'll figure it out, or someone will tell us in the chat here. Joseph was at the game. Arena was silent. Fans aren't into this team, and they're ready for a sell-off. Also, Nelson looks off, not into it.
He also sucked in the championship game as well. Two of Canada's goals could be directly linked to Brock Nelson play.
Yeah, that it made me happy, but not at the same time. It was really a really weird place to be.
Yeah, and double whammy for me.
Yeah, right. Oh, God damn it. Andre saying that Shannon is promoting the Islanders Rangers matchup versus arch rival. The funny part is she goes, please fans, don't sell your tickets to Rangers fans. We want to fill up UBS with Islanders fans. That's never fun to hear.
No.
But getting to like Joseph's point here, the fans are silent. They're ready for something else. Like they might I don't want to be there for what I think is going to be a loss.
No, you could sell Islander Ranger atmosphere, always good. Maybe you want to go, But if you're a season ticket holder and you go to a lot of games and you're like, I could actually sell my ticket and maybe get some serious money back for this.
Yeah.
Maybe like, I don't know. I'm not going to necessarily blame and be like, oh, screw you. You sold your tickets to a Ranger fan. Like, I don't know. List them, man.
The tickets are expensive, especially those season ticket packages. And if you can recoup some money and get a couple $100 for that one ticket, like that's just how the economy works, man.
Yep.
It sucks. But ideally, an Islander fan scoops them up. But if we can, get your money, man. That's what we say to everyone. Adam was also at the game, and I can say it seems like if we don't beat the Rangers on Tuesday, that a dark era is in store for us. Whoa.
Oof.
It's not me saying you're wrong. That's just like I'm not ready for that kind of.
Yeah, maybe that would snap our general manager to reality a little bit and be like, I can't do this. I got to do what's right here. I mean, Brock Nelson hasn't accepted his contract that's been offered to him for 3 weeks.
Apparently, I think he must be on the trade block at this point. He must be.
No, walk him right to free agency.
Walk him right up, baby. What else we got here? So Joe's asking for a new deal for Gatcombe. I laugh a little bit, not at the question, Joe, because I think it's fair. He is playing well. I think it's just I don't want to get into another one of those just yet. Play out the entire season, and then maybe we'll see on a 1 year extension.
Yeah, leagueman deal.
100%, which would still be a huge boost for him. I think he's making 150 in the minors, so like he'll take it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then there's a few here about Mayfield. Like Mayfield is playing his way to the Bridgeport bus from David. Yeah. And then Christopher's asking, I thought that the Maple Leafs were interested in Mayfield.
Fine. What
do
you want? Second round pick?
Whatever. I don't care.
Obviously, I would take pretty much whatever, but I don't know. Right hand shot defenseman. He's physical. Overhyped value on guys.
Absolutely. I understand what Simon is saying here. Like Mayfield has no trade clause, which is absolutely true. He controls his destiny. Is it a full no move that Scott Mayfield has?
I'm gonna vomit on stream if that's.
Get prepared, buddy, because I think that's what it is. Scott Mayfield has a no trade clause for the next 2 years after this one.
That's good.
That's good. That's fair. Modified no trade, 16-team no trade list for the final 3 years of that contract.
How do you feel about going to Toronto? He's not going to want to.
I don't think so either. But
I like it here. I want to stay with you guys.
And we gave him the money and so and the contract. We regretted it the second it was announced. We're just regretting it even more now. So, yuck.
Gross.
Final one from Connor. We all agree. I thought Soroki was good tonight despite giving up 4 goals. Absolutely, Connor, 100%.
Yeah, what was the number I gave you before? It was like 29 high danger chances tonight. Like it was stupid. Maybe 29 might be a stretch. 21.
It was 21 high danger chances in all situations for the Stars.
Most the Islanders have given up all year.
It was rough. 4.74 goals above expected goals tonight, and he stopped obviously 0.74 above expected. So, good job, Sorokin.
All right, guys, that'll do it for us on this one. We'll be back Tuesday with a post-game stream for Islanders Rangers. But for now, I'm Matt. He's Mitch. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you next time.